Hi guys, it's Satellite, transmitting to your screens. Welcome to this first edition of my new review series, based on reviewing game titles with a view to return to them in the future, much like a satellite might orbit around a planet. In this edition, we'll be orbiting Stormworks, version 0.10.14. So let's send out a probe. Stormworks is a game that I've been considering buying for a small while. I had other games that were similar, such as Brick Rigs, Space Engineers, and Islanders, and I knew this game was going to require research and learning new systems, which, to be honest, I can't always be asked to do. It wasn't until the popular simulation YouTuber Squirrels decided to make tutorials that I decided to jump in and get the game. I was glad I had Squirrel to guide me through it, as the game offers no tutorial. If you don't already have an engineering mind, then this might totally boggle your mind in its logic and component-based building system. Graphically, I find the game to be very pretty, however it does lag behind slightly when compared to games like Islanders, who are also a poly-type game. I find the optimization for the game to be good enough, but could be improved, which is exactly what I expect from an early access title. While it has never crashed on me, I do find myself jumping down to 30 FPS every now and then, which could be fixed by dumping my camera into the water so it's facing up at the boat. Alongside that, when running larger vehicles, the game did go into some sort of slow down mode, which I must say I do prefer to the game just skipping frames. There is a basic character customization system, though the characters do look very unhuman and weird. I found that the female characters looked more human-like and less bulky than the men, so I chose to customize a female character and then pair it with a vest and a hat. The gameplay is currently about completing missions and using the money and research points you get from those missions to buy and research new components, which then in turn generates more unique and interesting missions. You can design your own vehicles or download other people's off of the Steam Workshop. As I was following Squirrel's tutorial, I started my career in a small blueprint boat, which Squirrel provided over the Steam Workshop. At first I found it eye-wateringly boring, spending 20 minutes snailing my way across a mostly blank ocean to an island to pick up some passengers, and then spent another 20 minutes taking them to their destination. What also didn't help was that early game there are very few other types of missions available. However, as Squirrel taught me how to use the logic system, and I started to tweak my boat, adding more and more components, all of a sudden something changed. I now didn't mind the long journeys, as it was now a chance to test out my new and improved design. I knew when I got back to base I'd have more things to improve upon and add. I added another engine to make my boat go faster, and a truck-style light bar above my windscreen, which helped prevent me from running aground as I was able to see through the dark waters, revealing the land below at night. I was starting to feel proud of my boat, so I gave it my own rescue-style livery. As well as the complex building system, the game also offers a dynamic weather system, which affects how severe the wind and waves are. The game simulates waves and buoyancy very well, and I can even generate large tsunamis. I found it most enjoyable to spawn in a large ship in creative mode and crash it onto the rocks to watch it sink. One time I got trapped inside a sinking boat, leading to an intense moment as the electrics flooded and I couldn't open any doors. I asked a friend's opinion about this game from showing him the trailer, and he said it looked too much like a Minecraft game for him to be able to immerse himself into it, and I can see from other comments on other videos that this is the case for other people as well. All I can say is that when you're actually in the game, and you get into a cockpit of a vehicle that you know has been worked on for untold hours, to switch on the systems and watch all of the buttons and switches come to life, every single one of which can be pressed and actually does something, to then learn what those buttons do to properly operate pretty much any vehicle you can think of so that you can complete missions and objectives, gives me so much more immersion that it completely outweighs the low poly graphics. My favourite vehicle to use in particular was the BC-108 light utility helicopter by Enemy Orange and Bernstein. As a new player, it was easy to set up and fly, and I found myself really enjoying using it to ferry passengers from place to place, and I know even doing that was just scratching the surface of the game. The game does have some problems in regards to power and physics, as I've seen big objects like trains accelerating much faster than they should, or big boats doing acrobatics in the water. However, there is nothing in this game that absolutely kills the experience for me, and I can't see any massive problems ahead for this game. It gets regular updates from the developers, who do seem to genuinely care for their game and their player base, and so I think it does have a bright future. The pricing for this game is just right as well, at £15.50 or $19.99, which I think is fair based on the potential of hours you could get from it. So all in all, if you are willing to spend a hefty amount of time in YouTube videos or just figuring stuff out for yourself, I'd say go ahead and grab it. If you have a mind for engineering or just simulation in general, I'm sure you'll have plenty of things to keep you occupied. That about wraps up the video for me today. If you'd like to join me, where I'll be coming back into orbit of this game and seeing how it gets on, or if you'd like to see my reviews of other games in the weeks to pass, then please do flick that subscription switch. Until next time, bye bye.